Let's be honest. Have you ever stood at the sink, staring at just 2 cups, and felt like it was an entire mountain? Stiff joints in your hands, that dull ache in your back, making you want to turn away. Or those mornings when your body says no, but your house whispers you're giving up. And so, instead of cleaning, you sit down with the weight of sadness. I understand. Because you're not lazy, you're living with arthritis, with chronic pain, with days when your energy is gone before you even start. This video is for you. Together we'll explore 7 gentle but smart tips. Starting with one small corner so your brain feels a first win, sitting while you work so your knees and back don't scream, applying the 5 things only rule so you won't burn out. Then there's the secret of letting go of the scrubbing. Let the product soak in instead of scrubbing until your wrists ache. You'll discover the value of a 2-minute evening reset that makes the next morning lighter. You'll see why keeping tools right where the mess happens saves more energy than anything else. And finally, one tip not about cleaning, but about changing how you see your home and yourself. Stay with me, because even one of these tips can make you feel lighter today. And before we begin, please remember this. You are not weak. You simply need a rhythm of life that fits you better. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you find this helpful. Your support is the reason we keep sharing more meaningful things. Thank you for being here. Let's get to the first tip. Tip 1. One gentle corner. There's a hard truth. As we age, just looking at a cluttered room can make us want to quit. For someone with arthritis or pain, what lies before them is not just stuff, but an invisible mountain. I think of Helen, 73 years old, living in Omaha, Nebraska. One weary afternoon, she called me and sighed, "Every time I try to clean, it feels like the whole kitchen is fighting me. I'm tired before I even begin." So we tried something different. Not the whole kitchen, not the living room, just one small corner. She chose the end of the dining table, stacked with old newspapers, a basket of odds and ends, and a wilted flower vase. Slowly, she put the papers in a bag, wiped the table, refreshed the water, and placed a few fresh stems from her backyard. That was it. Then she sat down, looked at the cleared corner, and her voice softened. "I feel like I've taken back a piece of ground for myself." Why does this work? Because our brains are wired to respond to small victories. Researchers at Mayo Clinic recommend that people with arthritis break tasks into smaller goals to reduce stress and prevent flare-ups. Those sudden bursts of joint pain. When you finish something small, your body isn't drained, and your spirit is fueled to keep going a little more. The pain of aging is not only stiff joints or a sore back. It's also the paralysis of spirit when facing a mountain of tasks. But starting with one small corner is like turning on a light in a dark room. That glow guides the rest. Helen later told me that after a few weeks, she had moved from the dining table to the kitchen counter, then to the entryway cabinet. All from one small corner. If you're listening and wondering, where should I start? Look around. To your right, is there a nightstand? To your left, a dusty bookshelf? Pick one tiny spot. Wipe it, straighten it, and maybe place a small candle. And when you're done, sit for a moment, breathe deep, and smile. That's not a small act. That's proof you still have control, still the power to restore warmth in your own home. You can do this. Just one gentle corner. And then the whole house will slowly become gentle too. Tip 2. Sit while you work. When aching knees and a sore back make standing at the sink or bending to put things away feel unbearable, chores can become torture. Many people give up halfway because their bodies protest too loudly. David, 76 years old, in Portland, Oregon, is one example. After years of knee arthritis, he felt helpless staring at a messy kitchen he couldn't stand in for more than 10 minutes. One day, he tried something simple. He brought a small stool to the sink and washed dishes sitting down. He added a folding chair in the laundry area and a padded bench in front of his closet. From then on, the tasks that once defeated him became calm and doable. The change wasn't in his health, but in how he chose to treat his body. Many think sitting to work is lazy, but in truth, it's smart. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention warns that falls are the leading cause of injury for adults over 65, especially those with weak knees and hips. Sitting reduces strain and lowers the risk of falling. David often tells me, "I don't need to win a race. I just want to end the day without tears from knee pain." That is the truth of aging. Conserving energy, staying safe, and accepting that you deserve to do things more gently. If you've avoided low cabinets because of back pain, try pulling up a chair, sit right in front of it, and work bit by bit. If folding towels tires you, sit in a chair with support and fold at your own rhythm. Your home doesn't care what position you're in. It only knows you're caring for it. And your body will thank you. You can do this by sitting, slowing down, and letting wisdom replace exhaustion. Tip 3. The 5 Things Rule. For older adults, especially those with arthritis or chronic fatigue, just looking at a messy room can freeze you in place. The overwhelm makes you sigh and walk away because your body is already drained before your hands even move. Martha, 70 years old in Dallas, Texas, told me that every time she entered her living room, she felt swallowed by papers, pillows, and cups scattered everywhere. "I just sit, look, for a while, then give up. I've lost before I even start," she said. One morning, I suggested she try the 5 things rule. Just pick 5 items to handle, put away, wash, or toss, and then stop. If she still had energy, she could do another 5, but it wasn't required. The first time, she only put away a magazine, a pair of slippers, a cup, a pillow, and a scrap of paper. In under 10 minutes, she stood up smiling. "I'm not exhausted, and this room already feels lighter." This is the power of lowering the starting barrier. The National Institute on Aging emphasizes that seniors should break down goals to preserve energy and prevent burnout. Instead of forcing yourself to clean the entire room at once, 5 items are enough to create momentum and rhythm. It also helps prevent pain flare-ups caused by overexertion, a common issue with arthritis. Martha kept this habit daily. Some days just 5, some days 15 or 20. The point was not the number, but the sustainable rhythm. She told me, "I no longer feel guilty for not doing it all. I feel proud because I did my part today." If you're looking around at too much clutter, whisper to yourself, just 5 things. Maybe a bowl, a pair of socks, a book, a towel, a plastic bag. 5 things, then stop. You'll be surprised how your mind calms and the room brightens from one small step. And if today you only manage 5 things, remember, this is not a weakness. It is wisdom. You are protecting your body and energy so you can continue tomorrow. Tip 4. Let products soak. One of the greatest struggles for people with arthritis is the feeling that their hands betray them. Repetitive motions like scrubbing pans, scrubbing floors, or cleaning the bathtub can cause wrists and fingers to flare with sharp pain. Rosa, 78 years old in Miami, Florida, once told me she scrubbed a burnt pan so hard that her tears mixed with the soap bubbles. I felt so helpless. Just one small task, and my body wouldn't allow it, she said. Then a kind neighbor showed her a secret. Instead of scrubbing until exhaustion, let water and soap do the heavy work. That day, she filled the pan with warm water and dish soap, left it, and had tea with her neighbor. Half an hour later, the grease lifted with just one gentle rinse. Rosa recalled with lingering surprise, "I didn't need to prove anything. I only needed to be gentle with my body." Experts at the Arthritis Foundation also advise that people with arthritis limit activities that put high pressure on joints and instead use cleaners, soaking time, or supportive tools to ease the burden on the hands. This is not only a way to save energy, but a shift in mindset. We don't need to struggle to deserve results. Sometimes letting go is wisdom. Since then, Rosa has lived by the principle spray, walk away. She sprays cleaner in the tub, then folds towels. She soaks pans while listening to the radio. She sprays the kitchen, counter, and lets the solution work before returning. She says, "Every time I let time do the work instead of my muscles, I feel I'm caring for myself, not giving up." If you too are suffering with stubborn stains, try pausing for a moment, spraying, soaking, then doing something else. When you come back, you'll be surprised to see everything softer, lighter, and your body more rested. You don't need to hurt your joints to keep a clean home. You only need to be smarter and gentler with yourself. And sometimes that gentleness begins with a drop of soap and a little patience. Tip 5. Night Reset. For many older adults, mornings are the hardest. Joints stiffen after a night. The body feels heavy, and even seeing clutter can be exhausting. Charles, 74 years old in Phoenix, Arizona, once told me there were mornings he didn't want to get out of bed because he knew he'd face piles of newspapers, messy blankets, and dirty dishes from the night before. He felt as if he was starting the day already defeated, until he tried one small change, spending exactly 2 minutes before bed to reset the room. He folded the throw on the sofa, rinsed his teacup, placed the remote back on the table, and fluffed the pillow in the reading chair. Not much, not tiring, just a few gentle gestures to close the day. The next morning, he walked into the living room and felt as though someone had cared for him overnight. No clutter, just peace, ready to welcome the day. The National Sleep Foundation has noted that taking a few minutes to tidy before bed can improve sleep quality and reduce stress. For seniors, this matters even more because deep sleep restores energy and reduces joint pain in the morning. Charles said, "I realized I don't need a perfect home. I only need to know that today ended in order and tomorrow will begin gently." That is the true meaning of the night reset. Not cleaning the house, but giving yourself a kind message. If mornings often feel draining, try one small act tonight. Wash the last cup in the sink, fold the towel on the chair, or simply place the remote where it belongs. Tomorrow, you'll smile knowing someone thought of you, and that someone is you from yesterday. This is not just another chore. This is a small gift to help you wake up in peace. Tip 6. Keep tools close. One of the hardest things for older adults is not only pain or fatigue, but the sense of having to walk too much to grab one item. With tired legs and weak knees, every extra step is a challenge and a risk of falling. Nora, 77 years old in Minneapolis, Minnesota, told me that after her knee replacement surgery, even walking from the living room to the kitchen for a towel left her so exhausted she gave up midway. The house wasn't large, but with pain, it felt like a racetrack. Then she discovered one simple, effective change: keeping cleaning tools right where the mess often happens. On the coffee table, she placed a small microfiber cloth. In the bathroom cabinet, she kept a spray bottle and a glass cloth. Behind the kitchen door, she hung a mini broom. That way, whenever she saw a mess, she could handle it instantly. No more delaying until tomorrow because of the walk. The CDC warns that falls are the leading cause of serious injuries for people over 65, and one risk factor is walking too much in a cluttered home. By cutting down steps, you save energy and lower fall risk. Nora told me with relief, when everything is right there, cleaning is no longer a task, it's just a little habit. And that is the key. Easy means consistent. Consistent becomes routine. If you often delay because you don't want to fetch tools, try preparing small kits right where clutter happens. A cloth on your nightstand, a spray in the bathroom, a mini broom by the kitchen. When you see a mess, you fix it right away. No effort, no wasted time, no added worry for tomorrow. Your home stays tidy without draining you. This is not about cleaning faster, but about living safer, saving energy, and still feeling in control of your space. Tip 7. Celebrate what you did. There is a silent pain many older adults don't share. The feeling of never enough. Even after working hard within their limits, they look at what's left undone and blame themselves. Jean, 81 years old in Richmond, Virginia, lived through this. One morning, she folded an entire pile of towels, wiped the dining table, and watered her plants. I praised her, but she lowered her head. I still didn't touch the hallway closet. That moment revealed a truth. We overlook what we did and focus only on what we didn't. To break this cycle, John started a small ritual. After folding towels, she placed her hand on the stack and smiled as if to thank herself. After wiping the table, she sat for a few seconds, breathed deeply and whispered, "That's enough." This shifted her mindset from worry to gratitude. The National Institute on Aging also emphasizes that self-acknowledgement and small emotional rewards help seniors sustain positive behaviors and reduce stress. Celebrating doesn't need fireworks or parties. It can be lighting a candle after washing dishes, playing your favorite song after cleaning the mirror, or simply sitting down, closing your eyes, and exhaling. What matters is not the scale of the task, but how you treat yourself afterward. When you learn to celebrate small steps, you stop feeling like a victim of age or illness. You realize you can still create joy from the simplest things. And then your home is no longer a burden, but a reflection of your own gentleness. So if today you only cleared a corner, washed one cup, or folded one towel, celebrate it. Allow yourself to feel proud, because it proves you still have the ability, still have love for life. That is the greatest victory. You don't need a perfect home to feel happy. You only need a home that reflects your peace today. Thank you for staying with me until the end. If you found these tips helpful, Please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue this journey of building homes that are safe, warm, and full of gentleness. There is still so much to share, and I truly look forward to seeing you in the next videos.